These are books I wish would get more love. The first couple are ones that are loved, but I still think need to get more love. The first of which is the Black Company series in general by Glenn Cook. If you love anything modern fantasy like Malazan, you've got to go read these. They are the blueprint for it all. And then is The Remembrance of Earth's Past by Cixin Liu, particularly the three-body problem. A lot of people rag on the translation, but I 100% disagree. It read like butter, and the concepts are amazing. Then is Revival by Mr. Stephen King. Out of his more modern books, this is truly horror and one of the best horror endings ever. If you want a mind crisis, read this. Then is Stowaway to Mars by John Wyndham, who's one of my favorite authors. This is rated very low on Goodreads, and I understand why. It's a product of its times, the 1930s, sexism, racism, absolutely. But I also think the scientific concepts in this are amazing, and the predictions are crazy. Then if you want to talk about sequels, Hyperion, the Fall of Hyperion. If you've ever read Hyperion, do yourself a service and read The Fall of Hyperion. This book blew my mind. Amazing. Speaking of sequels, you guys know that The Exorcist is my favorite book. Not a lot of people know about Legion, which is the sequel to The Exorcist. This was also turned into the movie The Exorcist 3, which was directed by William Peter Blatty. Amazing. Just as amazing as The Exorcist. Then we've got Krampus by Bram. A lot of people know about Slewfoot, and that's a great book, but I think this is just as amazing, if not more. Read this during the holiday season. I think you'll really enjoy it. And then we got The Ritual by Adam Neville. A lot of people rag on the second half of this book, but for a fan of heavy metal and just like, Norwegian, Swedish culture, I really love this. This is survival horror to the max, and just his books in general. Speaking of modern horror, All Hallows by Christopher Golden. This is like an 80s themed Halloween, book with awesome creatures and world building. I think a lot more people need to read this. And then Child of God by Cormac McCarthy. Now, a lot of people say Blood Meridian, The Road, No Country for Old Men. Those books are all amazing, but I think a lot of people sleep on Child of God, and it needs to be read more. And then lastly, there is Animal Farm by George Orwell. A lot of people will talk about 1984, and for good reason, but I think Animal Farm just holds an amazing place in my heart. So, my second favorite book of all time. So, lots to read.